Hi, my sisters. Hi, hi, hi. I am so excited to pop in here for you. I wanted to record this short but powerful training because I have been talking to a lot of women in the past few weeks about my program, Business and Bliss. And I find it almost shocking to what degree women who want to be healers, who are so talented, who are so beautiful, so heartfelt, so soulful, how little clarity they actually have on how making money as a healer really works. And it's actually not really surprising. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, both energetically and practically, but it is actually not complicated. So I really want to lay it clearly out for you here because this is my mission. I really want to help women to thrive spiritually as well as financially. I mean, just imagine what we can do together, how much we can elevate humanity if more of us heartfelt, soulful women have more financial power. I think it's a really, really worthwhile goal and the answer to a lot of questions that humanity struggles with. So, to that effect, let's dive right in. So there's really four big reasons why healers struggle with money, and there's also four solutions to success. Let's dive in with the first one. Many women, like 80% of the women that I talk to that are interested in doing holistic business coaching with me, they have no real clarity on their true purpose. Okay. Now, what do I mean with that? Like most women, when I ask them, do you know what your purpose is? Like, yeah, being a healer. No, that's not what I mean. Of course you are a healer. You have been called to being a healer for a long time. You have been training, doing all of that, right? So that's obvious. But every one of us has a unique soul mission that we incarnate for. That's the reason why we are here. And you need to find out what that is. Okay. It's very different for all of us. Each one of us has something specific that we are here to contribute, a specific group of people that we are supposed to support, something that our life experience, our soul path, our destiny has predestined us for. There is this soul path exists for everyone, right? There is a purpose that only you have. And the key is to really find that, because guess what? Money follows purpose. Okay. So it is quite miraculous how much money you can make once you've found your purpose. And the reason for that is very simple. You can imagine all of us, each and every one of us, as a piece of the puzzle. And when this piece of puzzle, when you have found your place in the big whole that makes that beautiful picture, that puzzle, then you are at your most powerful. You are where you are meant to serve. There is people out there right now who are looking for you, who are looking for an expert for what they struggle with. And chances are that if you haven't found your purpose yet, you're not talking with clarity about what you can help people with. You might not even know yourself what exactly that is. You might have lots of different passions and projects, and you don't know which one flows into your purpose and which one is just a fun hobby. You might be still in a 9 to 5 and you love part of that job and you're thinking, oh, am I going to give it up? Am I not going to give it up? I can tell you that everything that you've been doing in your life has led up to this. And now it's time for you to sit down with someone who is willing to see all of who you are and help you figure out exactly how everything that you've learned, your skills as well as your experiences, and the innate qualities that you already have come together to create this purpose, right? Excuse my voice, like I've been talking so much these past few weeks, but it's been wonderful. I feel really blessed. I've had such beautiful conversations with so many beautiful people, and I can't wait to dive into Business and Bliss on Monday. So the second reason for why healers struggle a lot with money is limiting beliefs around making money as a healer, right? Many women, they struggle with making enough as a healer, and so they have this belief that it's hard. But actually, you just haven't been following the right strategy probably, right? Or there is some wounding that needs to be addressed. So many women are like, I don't feel comfortable charging for my services as a healer. And I personally find that really weird. I mean, why is someone why do you think it's normal when you buy a pair of shoes that you have to pay for it? But why, but when you offer someone your service as a healer, it should not be normal to pay them to be paid for that. Of course, it's a service like any other, right? Like your time flows into what you're doing, your energy flows into what you're doing, your expertise flows into it, your power flows into it, your connection to spirit flows into it. Like you are giving people a lot more than people give when they sell you a product. This is a really sacred service that you're performing for them. And let me ask you, what is more valuable than whatever it is that you work with people on? Say you are a relationship expert. What is it worth to someone to fix their marriage? Say you specifically help people with cancer. What is it worth to them to heal? Say you work with women who want to have a better relationship with their kids. What's more valuable than that? So people have real problems and they need real solutions, right? Which is why I also talked about this unique purpose. You need to find out the group of people you can best serve, what tangible problem, but real painful problem they have, and what your tangible solution is for that problem. Okay. And you need a business coach to help you do that, a holistic business coach, someone who's gonna sit down, look at all of who you are, understand your life journey, understand your soul purpose, and help you bring it all into the 3D in form of a beautiful offering and a soulful sales strategy so that you can actually sell it to people, because selling is where you start to really help someone. Okay. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, right? You if you have limiting beliefs around money, like it's hard to make money as a healer, or I shouldn't charge for my services, or whatever it is, then of course it's hard. And often what I find is when it comes to those limiting beliefs that healers have, they are often also centered around themselves. There is a bit of a confidence issue there. And the root of that is often to be found in a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-love. And for that, we need some deep healing to happen, which is also what really good spiritual business coaching needs to address, right? You need some deep healing, some soul level healing to really look at any childhood wounds that might be connected that, as well as past life wounds, because let's face it, most of us have been healers before. And what it was like for healers a few hundred years ago, not so great. So we might still be carrying some of that wounding. Maybe that resonates with you. So let me know if that makes sense. Now, the third reason that healers often struggle with money is that they are not grounded enough. As healers, we typically have very open, higher chakras, right? Our crown chakra and our third eye chakra and our throat chakra are usually overactive. And that's what makes the spirit connection so easy for us, right? And we need them to be that open to be great healers. But when we are not grounded enough, when our root chakra and sacral chakra are not active enough, that makes it really difficult for us to receive money from doing what we love, right? The root chakra is all about your safety, and money has a lot to do with safety. So if you don't feel safe because your root chakra is inactive, well, it's going to be hard for you to let that money come in, right? Because you need to have faith first that you're always going to be taken care of. And that doesn't mean like sitting around and doing nothing. God doesn't have hands. Spirit doesn't have hands. That's why we have hands, right? So we can take action. But as long as you're willing to do that, do your part, you will absolutely be taken care of. It's like this story, of the beggar who sits on this old wooden chest, and all his life he begs for scraps. And at the end of his life, when he's before God, he said, God, I prayed so much to you. Why did you not save me from this? And God said, why did you never look into that chest? It was full of gold. And that is such a nice metaphor for the fact that we already have everything that we need within, right? We just need to create some energetic alignment and take some aligned action. First comes the alignment of the energy, knowing what we want, being aligned with it, and then comes strategic action. This is what you need. And if you want to do this the right way from the start and skip the trial and error, then absolutely get a holistic business coach to help you with that, because it's not so easy to see yourself that clearly. We're all self-sabotage in one way or another. That's why we're not alone in the world, right? So we can help each other. So I hope that makes sense. This third reason for why healers often struggle with money. And what's the solution here? It's like I said, you need a real 3D strategy, and you probably need to do some root chakra work as well. Now, the fourth reason why healers often struggle with money is this lack of self-love and self-worth that I was already touching upon before, right? So this is what those beliefs, the second reason for why healers struggle with money, what those beliefs are often created around, or the results of that wounding are those beliefs. So you really need to understand your own value as a healer. You know, this is soul level healing that you need for that, right? It's like when you don't feel confident, when you don't own your value, when you don't know what you can do for people is worth, of course you're going to struggle with charging accordingly for it. So this is what business coaching should address as well. It should help you really zone in on your genius, on your zone of genius. You don't need to be good at everything. You don't need to be a great healer for everybody. You need to find out who you can best serve. And this group of people, you're going to understand them intimately, because this is going to be connected to your own life story. And you're going to have a lot of personal experience with that, even if you haven't even worked as a healer yet. And once you package that up into a beautiful offering, it's going to resonate so deeply within your soul, and you're going to feel that confidence. And of course, then, if you combine that with some work on any childhood wounds that you have, any past life wounds that you have, the results are going to be pretty amazing. And I will cover all of that in Business and Bliss. Now, what I also wanted to cover here is many women self-sabotage because they don't have realistic expectations of what it actually takes to create a profitable business, okay? A business is something that you need to invest in before there is a return on investment, before it can become a source of income. Many women go into this with this very naive expectation that, they're gonna write some posts on social media and all of a sudden they're gonna make a lot of money. This is not how it works, okay? There's like, how much money you're going to make is going to be really directly related to the value that you provide. And you need strategy to be able to provide that value. You need that confidence, that self-love, that self-worth. You need that step-by-step guidance. You need to stop self-sabotaging. You need that clarity. You need some new beliefs around money. This is all the pieces that go into this, okay? And you absolutely need to be willing to invest your money, your time, and your energy in the building of this business. Like anything worthwhile in life, you have to invest in it before it yields back. It's like a romantic relationship. If you're not willing to invest in it, money, time, energy, it's not going to yield much back to you, is it? Right? So it's the same with your business. So don't expect your business to provide for you if you're not providing for it first. And I was talking to this today with a woman about this, because she's like, yeah, I just signed up with a coach who is new in business, and I'm one of her first clients, and so it's a very cheap offering. Like, look, there's nothing wrong with being new in business, and somebody needs to be their first client, but like, seriously, is this something you want? Do you want to create this business that yields back to you in the form of fulfillment, in the form of money, in the form of gratitude from the people you help? Because if it is, then you need to treat it as the sacred thing that it can be, and not be somebody's guinea pig, okay? Look for someone who has experience, who knows what they're doing. There's so many people out there who are not great business coaches. They just do this work because they know that people need this service and that's how they can make money, but it's not at all their calling. And you don't want to work with someone like that. Also, do not invest in working with someone who isn't willing to see all of you, okay? Invest in someone who's willing to sit there in front of you and see you as a person with all of your history, with everything that you bring to the table to really give you custom tailored advice. Because building a business is not something you can learn from a do-it-yourself course or from freebies. There's just too many moving pieces, especially when it comes to building a healing business. Your healing business is always going to be a very honest reflection of what's going on inside of you. And it's very, very easy to self-sabotage there, okay? I do this myself. I am really good at what I do, but I can't do it for myself, which is why I always invest in working with mentors. And you will not believe how little you sometimes get back. Like I just invested 30,000 euros in working with someone, and I've never even had a session with her personally. It's always just someone from her team, and I was assured it would be different when I signed up, and now it isn't. So what I'm offering you here with Business and Bliss is something really unique. It is really custom tailored, bespoke coaching at a very little price tag. This kind of value I usually give only to my one-on-one clients. And that's exactly the reason why I wanted to offer it to a group this time. For me, it means less money and it means a lot more organization, a lot more work. So I'm doing this for you. If you don't sign up for Business and Bliss, someone else will. Okay, this is not about me getting another client, but for you, this could be life-changing. It really could. So I'm doing this for you, and I hope that you will consider it, really feel into it with your heart and soul if this is for you, because we are starting on Monday. So this is the very last chance that you get to join, and I will not be doing anything like this again and in the near future, because I'm already almost booked out with my one-on-ones for this year. Okay, so good. I hope that was a good reality check for you there. Sometimes people need some fierce love, and I hope you can appreciate that. Good. What else did I want to say? Yes, and in the same line of what I was just talking about, you need to put this into perspective, what you need to invest in your business. It's actually really not much. Like it usually takes a really significant investment to develop any kind of project that will yield money in the end. Like ask anybody who, like I have so many friends here in Bali who own restaurants, who own hotels or any other type of 3D business, right? You need a huge loan or a huge amount of money up front, and you have no idea if it actually have any money will come back. I was just talking to one of my friends here. She's from China, and she makes this beautiful food, and she put all of her money that she earned over 20 years into building a restaurant here, and then COVID came along. She never made a cent. She had to close down right there and then. This is what can happen, you know? So as healers in the online space, we have a huge advantage. We don't need to invest a whole lot up front. We don't need a lot of physical things to get started. We don't need to get 100+ K loan before we can get, that we need to buy products or start creating products or hire a lot of staff or anything like that. But what you do need is some software. What you do need is business coaching. There's no way around that. So there is a lot that goes into making money as a healer, right? There is your personal story, your soul journey, your specific wounding, your talents, your skills, your superpowers. Okay, there's your self-care, your healing. That's you. Okay, then there is this second layer, which is your calling. This is the energetic part of what your purpose is, what you're meant to contribute to, who you're supposed to help, the unique reason for why you incarnated. And then there's this third layer that actually makes it into a 3D business, which is all the practical stuff, right? Like you need a signature offering. You will get nowhere if you sell one-off sessions to people. And you will get nowhere if you create a DIY course for your audience when you're just starting out, okay? You need this beautiful signature offering. You need branding, you need marketing, you need a sales strategy, okay? This is everything that goes into holistic business creation. And the solution, obviously, to create all of that is spiritual business coaching. It has to be holistic. It has to see all of who you are, okay? Because your business, you have to be at the core of your business, okay? So doing it this way can save you years of struggle trying to implement a strategy that simply won't work for healers, which is what most business coaches teach. And, maybe it will work in terms of, what it yields financially, but it will feel really bad. It will make you feel bad about yourself because it's built on some kinds of salesy tactics. Or you're going to actually learn a great strategy, but you're not going to have the energetic alignment because nobody has worked with your wounding, and that won't work either. And you really need all of these moving pieces that I just talked about. So in Business and Bliss, we will tackle all of that, okay? It's everything in one place, and we start on Monday. So this is everything you need to either build your healing business from scratch or to increase your impact and income as a healer if you've already started, but you want to increase your income. And you can check it out with the link in the description. I'm already really excited. And this is a really unique chance because, like I said, I don't usually run group business coaching programs. So it might be perfect for you if you want to learn the step-by-step strategy to make more money without having to break the bank first by working with me one-on-one. And I've even prolonged the early bird price right until I close registration on Sunday. Okay, so it's 1K off, which is amazing. And here's the truth, right? I see so many women who walk around in a victim mentality. And we all do that from time to time. It's normal. But so many women are like, oh, my husband will not allow it, or, I have this and that I need to take care of, or I'm too busy, or whatever. Those are all excuses. If you feel your soul and your heart calling to you about creating this healing business, about becoming a successful healer, there is a reason for why that is happening right now and not at any other time. I speak to so many women who've landed themselves in a real dark night of the soul because they ignored their soul and heart for too long. And it is not fun. I do not want that to happen to you. So stop with the excuses, because you can either be a queen or a victim. Okay, it may really not be aligned for you what I'm offering to you here. Absolutely, it's not for everyone. Not everyone is cut out to be a businesswoman either. Maybe that's you, But if you want to be a healer and help people, then you need to be a good businesswoman too. And I can teach you that. Okay? It really is a choice. If you want to be a queen or a victim, it is a choice that you're making not once, but every day by the decisions that you take. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Okay? You can either learn from the lessons, you can use the chances, or you repeat the lessons over and over again, and they will become more and more painful. That's just the truth of it. If you want success, choose it. Choose yourself, choose your purpose, choose your power, choose abundance, instead of staying stuck in your fears and limitations. Okay? If you want a successful healing business, then start acting on that dream, take aligned action. I really believe in you, and I can't wait to see all of those beautiful women who are courageous enough to take the next step and work with me over the next 5 weeks, because trust me, we can create some serious magic together in a short amount of time, and it's going to be really fun. And just imagine, like, if in June you start to make a lot more money than you currently have, or you accept your first high ticket clients, it can literally change your whole life. It has changed mine. I live my dream now here in Bali with personal staff and with a beautiful beach house, my son in a private school. I have 4 pets. It's like, my life is amazing, and I really want the same for you. And I know that it's possible. You just need some courage and some commitment. Good. I'll leave you with that. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And definitely check out Business and Bliss with the link in the description. Lots and lots of love to you. And bye-bye for now. Namaste.